Hi guys, I've got my gloves on. I've got part A and part B, which I've already shaken. I have some extra tools here, one for mixing, one for getting into the little piece places, a measuring cup. This is a silicone one, so this should hopefully, if it dries in there afterwards, whatever's left, I can just peel it out. There are measurements on here, so you'll have to bear with me while I measure that. And basically you put the same part A and B into your cup, mix, pour, done. We hope. I've never done this before. But I'm using two moulds today, one from both from Prima Finnabair. So far I love what they feel like in that. I like that they're not super deep either. Some of my other moulds are very, very deep and I don't like it. So this one's Love Machine, so this gives you an idea of the art in there. And then this one is Pieces of Underworld. Of course, it's me. So this is the sort of thing we're going to get. So I thought I would mix up equal parts and then just see how many of these. I'll do the main elements, you know, some of the bigger ones first and see how far we get. I can always do another pour. I've got a couple of these cups. I can do another one if I need to. And that's it. My cat's clamoring at the door, but you know, I have safety first, gloves on, windows open to that way, cats are locked out, so yes. And then this tray I will put somewhere high enough that they can't get to it, but long enough so it can dry, cure, which is anywhere 30 to 60 minutes to get them out the mold, and then 72 hours I believe roughly is the total time for full curing, if that makes any sense. And my lights are doing something weird here. So hopefully you can see this nicely. So bear with me. I'm just going to do the measuring part, and also once I get going and I mix, this will I believe it gets a bit warm, so you just have to go with it. So let's do this. See if I can see. So part A is going in. Let me just see. Right. And then part B is going to go to there. And we're going to mix it. Right. Right, let's see. Right. Do the wings. Cat head. The skull. Let's do this cog. Do this one. If you get a little bit of overlap, it's not the end of the world, guys. It will, you can fix that afterwards, kind of thing. Where else? Oh, let's do this guy. Let's do a chain. bit overfill. Whoopsie. What else? Let's just do some of these. Right, it's starting to go kind of like, sort of like condensed milk. So if that starts to happen, then you know it's starting to set. And I've got a teeny tiny amount left. Let's just see, get this little, oh in fact let's do this, a little, I don't even think it's going to go. I think that's pretty much it. May just have enough. Right, so that's it done. We'll grab a baby wipe just for the spoon. The spoon, it's not a spoon. Just, you can get some of this off, you know, if you act kind of quickly. Obviously don't reuse your gloves, and I wouldn't take your gloves off until these have started to set. So you see how they're changing colour now? They're starting to go kind of white. That's starting to set. And like I say, when it gets to that sort of, you'll be able to see that it kind of looks more like condensed milk, right? It's that sort of almost sticky syrup kind of thing going on. Then that's when you know it's starting to set. So this one's already setting, so yeah, I don't know how that one's going to come out, but it's fine. So considering this is the first time I've done it, considering there's all this going on now, I kind of want to do a bit more. I've probably, to be fair, I bought small bottles of this. I just got it off Amazon, and it is made by MB Fiberglass, and they are in the UK, so you can get it direct from them. And this is care of Finnabair, sorry. This is what she uses. So it's a Polycraft SG 2000 PU casting resin, and there is a part A and a part B. I've never used resin in my life. This is the first time. She made it look really easy. It was really easy. You just have to be very careful because it's resin. Don't let the stuff touch your skin or any other area, right? There's loads of warnings on the bottles. But I started off with, these are two 500 gram, so that, you know, equal parts, so each of them are 500 grams. But she buys it sort of by the couple kilos. So these were 20 quid off Amazon. Like I say, you can get them from MB Fiberglass direct. I'm not associated with any of these guys. I'm just telling you where I got it and all that. And so far so good. I'm loving it. That was like the easiest thing in the world to do, right? So when we actually start to be able to what's-the-name them from the molds, get them out of the molds, and that's when I think we'll see more of what, you know, the next stage kind of thing, how this works and whether, how long it takes to get them out of there. So I'm going to leave my gloves on. I think I might have missed some chain as well there. But because I like all the funky distress stuff, I'm not worried if my chain's broken. That don't matter, right? That's what I'm going to say. Anyway, so for a first time, really easy to use, really easy to mix, very quick. You have to be kind of quick anyway, because otherwise, like I say, I made on here, I used there's measurements up to 100 mils in here, and I did 40 of part A and then another 40, so up to 80 of part B. Mixed perfectly well. Looks like it's doing what it's supposed to do, as per instructions from Finnabair. She does a great demo on this. Watch her videos, they're awesome. And like I say, so far so good. This one looks like I could have put a bit more into it. And this one I definitely look like I've overfilled it. So, because you have to work kind of quickly, I kind of feel like it's a bit of a learning curve. Also, I think my tray is not actually level, so that's probably not helping things. Obviously it's a bit late now, so even this, you can see it's fuller on this side than this side. So that's just something else to maybe note. Yeah, can you see my tray doesn't, it's not flush, it's kind of bowed in the middle. So that's maybe what I need to think about going forward, is to use, because they're all kind of tilting that way on this side. So I think, in fact, even now, I'm just going to take these out of here. They should be movable. Just pop them there so they are flat. The idea with the tray is that this tray happens to fit in my Calyx unit. So I can just slide it on top of another, either straight into the unit, or I actually have like a little basket in there with some other stuff in it. And I will just slide this on top so that it's out of the way of my cats. So if I've got other stuff on here, or clay that's drying, I can put all those pieces up there. The cats won't get into it. They won't knock anything. So that's another thing. Just find somewhere, create a space that can just be for air drying your clay, or, you know, leaving your clay pieces to completely, your resin pieces to completely cure. We should hopefully be able to dismount, is that the right word? These, take them out of the molds in a second. I'm going to pop them on here once I've taken them out, but I'm just actually going to put a non-stick sheet on here as well. So bear with me. I have this, again, this is just cheap stuff from Amazon. And I just have like a piece of it. It can actually go in your oven and all that. So I've just popped that on the tray, which you can kind of see there. And then what I want to do is just, let's see if we can get them out now. Ooh, exciting. So the way to see it, bear in mind some of these are big pieces, so you know, they might take a little longer, but you see how they've changed colour from that sort of yellowy colour to more of a creamy sort of colour. So then, so look, they will just pop out like so. So let's see. And look, isn't that cool? I'm like, you know, stunned. This is like being in a little chemist. I feel like a little scientist. Woohoo! I love science. I'm no good at it, but I love it. So these are also at this stage, they are still a little soft, so I think you might be able to like maneuver them around, you know, curve them a bit, but I'm just going to take them out. It also depends, the curing time depends on like how warm it is where you are. There are instructions on what temperature to make sure that your resin is kept at, but I'm not going to overthink stuff like that. But there are full instructions on that kind of thing, so don't worry too much. But it will depend on, you see, like some of these aren't really coming away. Let's see. You just carefully take them out. Another cog. Oh, I just love it. And like I say, I locked my cats out of here. Look at this. This is pretty. I don't know if you can see the detail on there. But yeah, I will keep dismounting these. Oh, let's see the big one. Let's see if he's going to come out nice. Look at that. Is that not the coolest thing ever? I'm officially addicted, so thank you, Finnabair, for you know, bringing another craft into my art world. I'm obsessed, and these molds aren't super deep, which is what I was saying earlier, that the super deep ones that I've got, like the cheaper brands, are actually sometimes harder for me to actually get the stuff out of it, especially clays and things. So this is a game changer. Tiny little hearts. Oh, I'm in love. So let's just see. Still got to go a little careful, but they pop out pretty well. And for a first time, I think they're blinking brilliant. You know, there are some that are going to take a little while to get used to, like, you know, getting them out of here, but you see how they come away from the mold itself, and that's, you just carefully, she says, there you go, just carefully take them out. See, like this one's still got, you see there's a bit of movement in that, so if you wanted to you could manipulate it, but it's just, I want them flat, so I'm going to leave them as flat as possible. I'm leaving that one just for a minute. Let's see how these guys did. Oh look, they just pop out. The detail, that's incredible. Can you tell I'm excited? Like a child in a candy store. Oh look, these two came out together, so that's fine. Here's my little, the one that I wasn't sure was going to work. It still worked. I can just trim all that around the edges off. There's the other wing. Oh, mind blown completely. Oh, just blown. Blown. And I think my husband's out at the moment, but I think when he gets back, he's going to be like, whoa. And I have to say, and I didn't deliberately smell it, don't do that. It is a chemical at the end of the day, but I have not actually smelt too much odour or anything, and they are meant to be low odour, low, you know what I mean. It doesn't stink up the room, but I still took extra precautions. Like I say, I have two cats who get into everything, so I do not want them, you know, it's safety for them too. It's not good for them. So you see how I did miss a couple of the chains, but actually I quite like how that looks. Adds that distressing. It's not missing in the mold, if that makes sense. It's because I didn't have enough stuff in it, so I didn't fill it enough basically. So that's that piece, and they are still quite soft. They're sort of malleable. Is that the word? Malleable. I don't know. So I'm just sort of pressing them so that I'm not expecting them to be super flat, but right. So the longevity of these, two things. One is, let's just see if I can get this one to come out. One is that by using a resin like these, where it's fairly quick for them to harden enough that you can get them out the molds, the better, because resin will eventually affect these. If you're using, I believe, something like a clear resin for like jewelry making and stuff like that, that can obviously, if you're doing loads and loads of it, resin like that, clear resin, has to stay in the mold much longer before it cures, so sets, and that the longer it's in here, the more chance it has of damage in this long term. I don't know how quick that would happen, excuse my cat again. I don't know how long that would take before it actually damaged and started to make the molds crumble, but if you're doing something like this where you're putting the resin in, you saw how quick it was. It is the middle of summer, so I don't know what this is going to be like in winter here, but we have heating, so maybe it will be okay. And we'll see what happens that time of year, but depends how quick it sort of semi-sets. You take it out, it's basically done. It does take about 3 days to fully cure, but it's hard enough that you can get it out the mold. These will be fine. Yeah, it's just if you're making things for jewelry. I'm doing this as a grungy, I don't need them to be clear, so I'm fine with them being that colour anyway. But if you were using clear resin, I believe that can be a bit of an issue sometimes. The other thing to note is that these are also food safe. I'm doing like a whole promo here. No, I'm not really. But this is just what I've learned. I thought I'd share it with you guys on my channel. These are food grade silicone, so you can put them in the oven. You know, you can use them for chocolate fondants. You know, if somebody was into this kind of thing, like steampunky stuff, you could do a chocolate fondant or a chocolate, you know, wings or whatever it is onto a cake or biscuits or whatever. But do not then use this for or if you do take this into your craft room, don't take it back to your kitchen, okay? Because by using the resin, you kind of don't want that. You don't want to be doing food in it after you've used resin. So if you're using these and you want for both, I would buy 2 of each, which I know makes that budget go up. But if you want one for your kitchen because you love doing that kind of thing, then these are food safe. But don't bring them into your craft room and then take them back to your kitchen. If you use it in your kitchen for chocolate or whatever, and then take it in your craft room, they stay in your craft room. If they start off in your craft room like these have for me, they stay here. I ain't taking them to my kitchen to use them for food. So that's just another, again, it's just a safety thing. But you can use these for food. Just don't mix. So I hope this was helpful for some of you. Like I say, this is brand new for me. I have never done this before. These bits of resin here, I will just pick them off afterwards. They'll just come off the same way. And the same as this, once it's completely dry, I'll just be able to peel that out. But here are the pieces. How quick, easy, job done. I know I've waffled through this, but this video so far is about 21 minutes. And that's it. I've explained everything I had. I've explained bits in between and all that. If you're not waffling, this probably take you about 10 minutes. That for me is bonus because one, they are pretty much ready to go. I would leave these for at least an hour before you start working with them. But like I say, 3 days is cure time. And yeah, super easy. Didn't take my gloves off. I will do once I'm finished cleaning up. And yeah, we'll see what we can come up with for these projects. Like, we'll see what stuff I can make out of it. And yes, Finnabair, thank you. Your products are awesome. They're totally my style. They're so what I'm into. So I love them, love them, love them. And I will be buying more. I can't help it. I get obsessive about these things. Don't we all? So I hope you've enjoyed this, guys. I hope this was fun. I hope this was something new. Like I say, you can use these with air dry clay. I will try that at some point. Me and air dry clay don't get on, so I'm happy with the resin. Yay! Yeah, I will see you in the next one, guys. Bye for now.